old former Ohio prison which achieved star status when it was the backdrop for the hit movie Shawshank Redemption.
Many believe the prison to be haunted, and this drew the interest of Leon Bibb for his My Ohio series. And Leon, you found some unusual happenings at the old Mansfield prison. Ghosts?
Maybe so, ghosts. We're nearing the 20th anniversary of the beginning of the filming of Shawshank at the old Mansfield prison. When I went there for this story, I was frightened to hear a guide tell me a ghost made a personal reference to my being there. Unsettling, yet riveting, the old Mansfield Reformatory, once a maximum security prison. No longer a lockup, but basking in a flickering light of Hollywood movie stardom. In the feature Shawshank Redemption, the old Mansfield prison was the heavy, now a museum run by the Mansfield Reformatory Preservation Society. By whatever name, these cold walls and rusting steel bars hold stories. Those who work here recount tales of men once sentenced here.
Everyone said, "Oh, I can take it," but as they were pulling up the driveway out front and seeing this place, they knew they were in for it.
In 1896, Mansfield was built for juveniles. In 1970, it matured into a men's maximum security big house for society's baddest of the bad, to be locked in 9 by 12-foot cells. A new kind of prominence came when movie makers produced Shawshank Redemption, about an unjustly convicted Andy Dufresne, befriended by inmate Ellis Red Redding.
When they wanted Andy to go to a prison for murder, this was it. This wasn't a soft place.
Most prison scenes were shot here. Today, wind howls through broken windows long ago busted out by inmates trying to let in cooler air to combat stifling summertime surrounding walls. 2,000 men crammed into 1,000 cells. Periodic shakedowns here by guards searching for any inmate's homemade weapons. 2 decades after Mansfield closed, we found a weapon the guards missed.
A makeshift shank.
That's a knife. Somebody made a knife.
Yes, they did. And they made it, looks like, out of a razor blade and an old toothbrush.
Strange things happen in this old prison. They say that the place is haunted. Certainly while we were shooting this story, we had batteries which went out on us. Camera batteries just went cold, dead, dark, just like that. They say that's because the ghosts are here. I believe them too.
We get a lot of video crews in here and everything, and a lot of their batteries will go dead, you know, on the cameras.
Of the 155,000 men who were sentenced to Mansfield, some died here. Maybe the dead have not left. Tour guides swear they have seen and heard
Cell doors sliding closed. I've seen solid apparitions that look just like you and I. Actually, when we're over in the other cell block and we were walking back, I was walking in back of you and I heard a voice that came out of a cell saying, "Who's that guy?"
Wow. Many who tour where convicts were confined follow footsteps of Shawshank movie actors Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins. Where Robbins' Andy Dufresne character tunneled his way out, I would have loved to have acted a part. Nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here.
Yeah, come and spend a little time with us, maybe 3 to 5.
I don't think so. An old Mansfield, Ohio prison which grabbed stardom as notorious Shawshank in the so-named movie. Still, prison doors swing open for those who want to experience, albeit temporary, of how time was spent for the caged who could not leave. There are not only daytime tours at the old Mansfield prison, but there are also overnight stays where you can walk the cell blocks and think of what was and maybe what, as for ghost tours, what may still be. Read about my story, about more of it on Newsnet5.com. I'm Leon Bibb, News Channel 5.